I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, who is by my side?
Jesus. Come on and say Jesus, beloved.
Jesus. If I wake up in hell in the morning, who do I look up to?
Jesus.
Hello out there in TV land, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to celebrate the life and career of the late, great Robert Duvall, who died at age 95. These are my top 5 movies that I recommend everyone go and see of his. These are not like ranked by financial box office or anything like that. This is ranked by, these are my top favorites from the worst to best. So before we get into it, as always, like and subscribe. It does help the channel. Now let's go ahead and jump into it. So the first one is the one everybody has on their list, but this is like number 5 for me. And this would be The Godfather Part 1 and 2. Obviously, he plays Tom Hagen, the lawyer of the family and conciliary, the adopted son. And he does a really great performance in this. If you haven't seen Godfather 1 and 2, and I always even say 3, what's wrong with you? Like, you should have watched it by now. It's a great story, and he does a great job being a lawyer, but also being the conscience of the group. There's a lot of times when, you know, if you've seen the movie Sonny, he's the hothead. Robert Duvall's character, Tom, he's always trying to be the more rational person and be like, hey, let's cool it down. Let's not do anything too crazy. Think about the family. Think about the business. And he does a great job of being like the voice of reason in that movie. And kind of like the in some ways the conscience of the family. So that's really a big one for me. The second one I recommend is Apocalypse Now. That's where he plays Lieutenant Colonel Bell Kilgore. I'm sorry, I was about to say Kilgore. Crazy thing is, he's not even in this movie like super long, but he is one of the most iconic characters in this movie, and he definitely has one of the most iconic lines in cinema history with this right here. Yep. We've all heard that line at some point. If you're in the military, I wouldn't be surprised if someone said that line to you at some point. And like I said, he gives a great performance, very intimidating, very charismatic, and also just how calm he is about everything. If you rewatch the movie, especially the scenes with him, anytime there's like stuff going on, explosions, gunfire, everyone's taking cover, and he's completely unfazed. This is a man who you can tell he's just become so accustomed to war, and it just means absolutely nothing to him. So he does a very good job of that. The next one on my list, at number 3, we have Open Range, starring him and Kevin Costner. Is basically he plays Boss Spearman. He's a free grazer, and they're just trying to, you know, take care of the cattle, and he works with his partner, Kevin Costner, and they're just about the business. You know, they're like, both of them are just want to do their job and not get into anybody, but things happen. I almost spoil too much. Basically, some unruly and criminal individuals show up, start causing problems, and then Duvall's character, Boss, and Kevin Costner's character have to basically take justice into their own hands and basically get everything sorted out in a gunfight at the end, basically. And this is really good. This is a stupidly good movie. Like, this is definitely a great Western. Like, so good. Like, Kevin Costner and Duvall have great chemistry. The dialogue they have is just so good. Also, Robert Duvall was 72 when this movie was filmed. And he did his own writing, did a lot of his own stunts. Apparently, he broke his ribs during the filming of this, like, on certain stuff. And he just kept doing what he needed to do. So, Robert Duvall was a monster, man. My man was a beast. So, like, yeah, but he did a great job. Great acting, per usual. Like, if you haven't seen Open Range, definitely go watch it. It's one of the best Westerns you could ever watch. And shout out to Kevin Costner. He was amazing in that movie, too. Number 2 on my list is a movie that I feel like a lot of people don't talk as much, but this is definitely one of my favorites. Secondhand Lions. It came out in 2003. It stars him and Michael Caine. And basically, it's a movie about accepting change, but also getting old. Because Duvall's character, him and Michael Caine are both, eccentric and wealthy. And they're basically the uncles of this young man that comes to live with them. And Duvall is having a hard time just, getting used to the idea of just being old. Like, he's old. He used to lead the French Foreign Legion. He used to be like a great warrior, and he had a lot of things happen to him in his life, a lot of regrets. And now he's just old, and he gets the feeling he's just useless, and his day is coming at some point. So it's really good. This is an ultimate comfort movie. I love this film. I watched this film to death. Like I said, Michael Caine's in it. Haley Joel Osment, he's in it. And it's just a really, really good movie. And there's a great monologue that I really enjoyed. It's called What Every Young Man Should Know. It's really, really good. Duvall delivers a great speech about that. So it's just a really good movie. Definitely one of his best. If you haven't seen Secondhand Lions, highly recommend. And the last one is the one that I consider my favorite movie. And I'll be honest, it's partially because of my background, I feel. But it's The Apostle, which was written and directed and starred Robert Duvall. And it's where he plays a charismatic but flawed Pentecostal pastor. And basically, a lot of things start happening to him in the beginning of the movie. He makes a great mistake. And then the rest of his movie is trying to basically find forgiveness out, as well as a new purpose for his life, I guess you could say. And it's just a really, really good movie. Like, it's well acted. It's well directed. It's just a great movie about faith, forgiveness, retribution, even, and how it's not too late to turn it around. Even the end, some people I know some people with the ending were kind of like, oh, how, kind of felt bad about the ending, but I enjoyed the ending so much because even through that, he still understands what he has to do and understands you can still find forgiveness and turn your life around. And it's just such a good movie. And one of the best scenes in the whole movie involves a bulldozer and him and his church stopping a bunch of racists from trying to bulldoze their church by using the Holy Bible. And it's just such a great scene. This is such a great movie. This is easily one of the best movies you'll ever see. It came out 97, if I remember correctly. And I could rant and rave about this movie all day. Like I said, it's definitely a great movie. Got him an Oscar nod. And I grew up in a church, so for me, this definitely hits me in the heartstrings. So the way he's teaching, the way he preaches, the people that he is around, because this looks like it takes place in the South, if I remember correctly. So I definitely have a big love for this movie. But yeah, those are my top 5 Robert Duvall films that you should watch. These are great films, highly recommend. And, man had a long life and a wonderful career. Thank you, Mr. Duvall. If you hear this, for everything you've done. You've definitely been in my life for a very long time. And I'm sure you've been in a lot of others' life for a very long time. And I wish you nothing but peace and happiness. And, so make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Much blessings and abundance. And I'll catch you guys at the next one, ladies and gentlemen. Peace.